And there's my wifey, keeping me company while I work on the car. Lots of help. Anyway, here's another update on the brakes. So I finally got all the brake drums off, and even though they're dirty, I'm actually surprised how decent the brakes look considering how old the car is. You can tell that a lot of stuff has been replaced. It's not the original stuff, but my plans are to get new brake lines for the front, new shoes all the way around, new wheel cylinders for everything, and repack the wheel bearings and make sure they're all in good shape and tight. There's that drum. Here's the side. Probably get the drums turned as well because they're pretty gross. The reason why I wanted to get new wheel cylinders, as you can tell, this one, it's leaking. There's that side. And that drum. Not really much of a ridge, I just want to get them once over again. Other thing I'm wondering about is back here. Looks like that little proportioning valve is leaking too. Another thing to replace. And there's this one on this side. So we'll see what we can do from there.
So we are waiting the arrival of the 58 Chevy Bel Air from back.
Sorry for the wait, guys, but finally getting around to making another video on the 58 Chevy. So after driving it around a little bit, we realized a few issues that had to be done before we can actually start really driving it. The first one, as you can see, is that this seal right here in the transmission. Well, that's almost all the way out, and you can see it actually actively dripping everything out of the transmission. So that right there is going to have to be addressed. Luckily, the rest of the transmission is not too bad until you get to right here, right where the transmission meets the engine. It's leaking coolant all over the ground. So what that means is that we're going to have to pull the engine tomorrow to get to the freeze plugs. Let me get a better view of that. So up in there, some leaky freeze plugs. So you can see right there that it's green. So it's definitely coolant. It's just been leaking and leaking and leaking. So we decided not to pull the engine and the transmission just because the transmission is just massively heavy and huge. And I thought it would be a lot easier just to do the engine, so we're going to be doing that tomorrow. So we got the hood off, we got the air cleaner off, and we're about ready to pull it apart. But what I wanted to show you guys, it's too big to fit in the garage, so it kind of sticks its butt out. But hopefully we'll get it out and back in one day. If not, I don't know what we're going to do. So we started at 9 o'clock this morning, and now it's 5:30, and we just barely got the motor out. The real problem we had was getting these back bolts out on the motor. But I'm glad I pulled it, because if you can see, the freeze plugs all the way around are bad. One back there, that's bad. And this one's probably one of the worst ones. So, well, I definitely won't get it done today, but I'm going to clean up the motor. I'm going to run the spark plug wires the correct way, do the freeze plugs, do some more gaskets, stuff like that, and then I got to clean out all this. So I got my work cut out for me.